This is Father Andrew Ritchie, and you're listening to Catholic Inspiration, a podcast from my website at studyprayserve.com. These homilies, presentations, and retreats form part of my ministry as a Catholic priest for the Diocese of Superior. And now I invite you to open your hearts to some Catholic inspiration. Today is the seventh day in the octave of Christmas. Our gospel reading is John chapter 1, verses 1 to 18. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came to be through him, and without him nothing came to be. What came to be through him was life, and this life was the light of the human race. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. A man named John was sent from God. He came for testimony, to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but he came to testify to the light. The true light, which enlightens everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world came to be through him. But the world did not know him. He came to what was his own, but his own people did not accept him. But to those who did accept him, he gave power to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not by natural generation, nor by human choice, nor by a man's decision, but of God. And the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us, and we saw his glory. The glory is of the Father's only begotten Son, full of grace and truth. John testified to him and cried out, saying, "This was he of whom I said, 'The one who is coming after me ranks ahead of me, because he existed before me.' From his fullness we have all received grace in place of grace. Because while the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God. The only begotten Son, God who is at the Father's side, has revealed him." Friends, as we bring 2025 to a close, this passage we have, the prologue of John's Gospel. If it sounds familiar, I preached on this passage on Christmas. But it's so powerful, and the Church has it here now on this seventh day in the octave, that we hear once again about Jesus and about John the Baptist. It's John, sent from God, who came for testimony to testify to the light. He was not the light. He came to testify. And he cried out, saying, "This was he of whom I said, 'The one who is coming after me ranks ahead of me. He existed before me.'" John came to testify to Jesus. And friends, as we look back on the year 2025 and look forward to 2026, this might be a good time to say, what has been my witness? What has been my testimony that I claim Jesus is my Lord? How has my life, my words, my actions, my interactions with others, how has my life revealed my love for the Lord? If I would have been arrested as a witness, a disciple of Jesus, would there be enough evidence to convict me? I say this because for many people, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, this time of year is a good time to kind of look back on the year and look ahead with some hope. And here we look at John, who came to give testimony to Christ as our example, that we might do the same. That we take this time of year to be a little more reflective, to pause for a moment to consider, how did things go? Anything I want to change? Anything I'd really like to focus on, put more energy behind? Anything I need to stop doing? But when we talk about this with regards to our faith, to say, Lord, how do I wish to give witness that you are my Lord? How do I wish to testify in my actions, in my words, in my behavior, both in public and in private when no one's looking? Lord, how do I wish to reveal that I love you, care about you, and put you first in my life? Maybe there's something this past year that, we don't want to keep and bring into the new year. That's great. It's a good time to reflect on that. But maybe there's also something that's gone really well, and we want to say, I don't want to lose that. I want to keep moving forward with that. We might want to look at our prayer life. We might want to look at the ways we serve, care for others. We might want to look at where we're allocating our resources, how we're giving to charity. We might want to pause for a moment and just simply ask, Lord, Am I on that trajectory that's drawing me closer to you? Or is there some obstacle, something I need to pay attention to? Friends, John gave witness, and through his witness, many came to be prepared for the coming of the Messiah. That was John's job, to prepare the way of the Lord. It didn't end with John. We continue that work now. We're constantly preparing the way, that when people see us and they see how we're different because of our faith, it prepares the way for them to come to know the Lord. They're observing how our faith helps us, strengthens us, guides us. May we then be those witnesses, giving testimony for Christ, showing by the conviction of our faith, translated into the everyday encounters of our life. So when people see us, they see Christ. What went well this past year? What went not so well? Reflect. Perhaps it inspires us to do something a little bit differently. Perhaps it inspires us to be more intentional. But regardless, friends, may this new year be filled with blessings. May God help us, and may God bless us all. This is Father Andrew, and I hope this podcast inspires your faith. Now, if you found it helpful, please share it with a friend, and you can help me by leaving a rating and a review. I keep all my listeners in my daily prayers, and I ask for your prayers in return. God bless you, my friends.